This is not on the schedule. It's my show, so I just threw an audible real quick. And I feel like I needed to share something with y'all. Somebody else is supposed to be on the stage right now, and they're gonna come on after me, but I wanted to give y'all something that I don't really share with a lot of people on how our company goes through leads, right? You ever feel like you buy too many lists and they just run out fast? Now, if you were in my Lead Mastermind Thursday, I broke this down in detail. Fire, right? Yeah. So I decided to share it with everybody. All right, so it's just a quick audible. I was having some unseasoned soup at lunch, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna give him my conveyor belt. So what I call this system is my lead flow. It's my conveyor belt. It's how our company runs through leads and cycles through and makes sure that we go get all the leads and squeeze every juice out of them, right? So by a show of hands, if I send you a postcard in the mail, how many of you will read it? Raise your hand. Okay. So you guys regularly go out and check your mail and read all your mail before you throw it away. That's good. Yeah. If I call you from an unknown number that you do not know in your phone, how many of you guys answer unknown numbers? Some people do. Where's Francis? He picks up every phone call all the time. No matter what time of the night. He feels like he's missing something. How many of you guys listen to every single voicemail that's ever put in your system? Okay. Got it. I see that. How many of you will read a text message that comes on your phone? Majority of people. Open rates high. So what I just showed you is different people like to be marketed to in different ways. Simple, right? Some people don't listen to the radio. Some people watch TV. Some people don't watch TV. They only have subscription services. So you have to think about your customers like that. People that problems that you have, that you're going to have to think about them like that. Right? So if you call me from an unknown number, ain't picking it up. If you're not saved in my phone book, I'm not picking it up. I haven't went to my mailbox in months. My voicemail box is full. Text message, I can't stand them red little bubbles, so I might at least open it. Might not read it though, but I'm gonna open it. So you have to think of the people that you're trying to reach just like that. So with doing that and thinking about that, I said, I need to come up with a conveyor belt for my leads. I hate presentations, but I made one well, I didn't make this. The guys made it for me. Whole lot. And they put that in there. New list, who this? Matt, did you make this? Yeah, it was Matt. He's in college, so he's new list, who this? I don't say that. But so let me show you how I put the leads through my company, right? So what I do is I start with the cheapest method of marketing that I have. So say, for example, I buy a list of tax delinquent, 10,000 list of tax delinquent. I want to start this with the cheapest marketing method that I have. Typically, that's ringless voicemail. I own the company. Second cheapest marketing method that we have is text messaging. Right? So it's cheaper, it's cheap, a little bit cheaper. Then the next is cold calling. It takes more time and more effort. And then the absolute last one is direct mail. Right? So for my company, we're pretty big. We got to do between 8 and 12 deals every month to make sure the lights keep turned on. So I don't want to take a 10,000 list and start mailing them immediately. That's expensive. Take pictures. You guys feel free to take pictures. I'll send this to you guys so you can look at it closely too. So this is how we put the conveyor through our system. So you're going to have all these marketing methods up top. So imagine this some funnels that you're throwing leads into. And what happens is we create this conveyor belt that the leads cycle through each marketing method when I'm ready. And then as we talk to somebody, as we make contact with the person, they start to drop in 3 buckets. You guys know which buckets these are?
Trash follow-up.
That's pretty close. You got the trash. That's that definite don't ever call me again. Don't talk to me, F you. Lose my number, I hope you die. You guys heard all of those when you doing cold calls and stuff, right? Your next bucket is your follow-up bucket, right? They say that 60-something% of salespeople do not follow up. 60%. So if you just follow up, you got a better chance. Just period. Just statistically in sales altogether. And the next one is a deal. So they're going to go in 3 buckets. The effort bucket, the follow-up bucket, and the money bucket. So what happens is we go out and we buy this tax delinquent list, right? List of 10,000 people. And we're going to start with our cheapest marketing method first. It's going to move over into the ring list. This list is going to move over into the RVM campaign. 10,000 leads. And we're going to RVM these people over 3 to 4 different times, and every single message is going to be different and genuine. Raise your hand if you've done RVM. Give me an example of your RVM voicemail. On the spot, baby. Just take a deep breath.
I saw your property. I really like it. I'm an investor in the area. I'd love to buy it. You can call back at 857-615-0558 before talking more soon.
Got it. That's pretty simple. He said his name. He said he saw your property. I'm a local investor. I think it's nice. I would like to buy it. Give me a call back. How many of you guys, if you heard that voicemail, would think it was spam? Raise your hand. Not many. That's pretty good. Only a few. So what I do is something similar, a little bit more ums and ahs and stuff like that. But hey, my name is Max. I never use my name, by the way. Hey, my name is Max, and this is a real voicemail. Hey, my name is Max, and I think you got a house for sale, and I don't even know you. This call is probably just, I'm sorry for the crazy out of the blue call. I think you got a house for sale. If you're interested in selling that house, give me a call or just shoot me a text message. And once again, I'm sorry for calling you out of the blue. Just give me a call back if you're interested in selling. Now, if you heard that, do you think that's spam? Absolutely not. So every time we send an RVM, we change the message. Hey, this is Max. I called you last week. I'm not sure if it's the right person. I called you last week, and if it's not the right person, I apologize. But give me a call if you're still interested in selling that property you got. Then the next one. Hey, this is Max. Hey, I sent you something in the mail last week, and I think it's at the right address. It's about that property I think you're interested in selling. Give me a call back. Hey, this is Max. Listen, I'm guessing I got the wrong number, so I apologize. I won't call you back, but if I do have the right number, just give me a call back about the house you want to sell. That's my 4 voicemails. So I'm going to do that in between each voicemail. That's going to happen, 2 weeks apart, 3 weeks apart, and I'm going to do that 3 to 4 times. Now, out of that, what happens is we're going to move the list over, and out of that, maybe 4,000 people responded to us. Right? And out of those 4,000 people we made contact, they're going to go into the definite no, the follow-up bucket, and we may even get a deal. But now what I've done is I've eliminated everybody that would actually listen to voicemail. Remember, because not everybody said they would listen to voicemail. So now I move on to my next marketing method, which is texting. So now I have the same list that started with 10 is now 6,000. So I start to text, week 1. I move the appropriate people in the appropriate buckets. They said AFU, they go into the trash bucket. Hey, I'm thinking about it, what's your price? Go in the follow-up bucket. Hey, yes, I want to sell right now, come give me a deal. The deal bucket. And I'm doing this over 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, whatever your formula is. It could be 3 weeks. Then everybody that responded to me goes in this appropriate bucket, and then we move to the next marketing method, which is cold calling, and the list is even smaller now because I got a hold of 2,000 people through text. So now the list is even smaller. The same tax delinquent list that started with 10,000 is now 4,000, and now my team only has to make cold calls to 4,000 people over the next 3 to 4 weeks. Now the ones that respond, they go into their appropriate buckets. The F-it bucket, the follow-up bucket, and hey, I got a deal. So then we keep going, and we move over to the direct mail. And now when we had direct mail, I'm only mailing, because I had 2,000 people respond to me in the cold calling, now I'm only direct mailing 2,000 people every 4 to 6 weeks for the next 6 months. So I went from the cheapest marketing method all the way to the most expensive, but I didn't take the entire lead list with me of 10,000. I only now talking to the people that I tried every other option to get a hold of them. And finally, they're going to get drip campaign over the next 6 months with the direct postcard. And hopefully they call me and they can go in their appropriate buckets. But sometimes it don't work like that. So you cycle the list back over again. But if your company's big enough, you're going to have another list. And while my tax delinquent list is on cold calling, I'm already going to be introducing the probate list, and it's going to start a ringless voicemail. And the same exact thing is going to happen. And by the time I get there, they're all going to go over. And I got another list, depending on how much staff you have and how much time you have, it's going to go through again. Same thing through the entire thing. And it's going to create a cycle and a cycle. Because what happens is people buy a list. Typically, this is how we do it. We go out and buy a list of 10,000, right? Now, let me tell you where it really starts. You go to my Facebook group, Wholesaling Houses Elite. Somebody posts a check for $13,000, right? 400 comments. 400 of them say, what list did you buy? They say, hey, the tax delinquent list. Everybody runs out, buys a tax delinquent list. They make phone calls for 1 week, 200 people, and they throw the list away and be like, he was lying. Same thing happens next week. It's a whole nother, hey, what list did you get? Probate. Run out of the probate office, get the list, cold call for another week. Man, this crap don't work, and throw it away. And it happens over and over again until eventually you go back to your work and you're okay with a 13-cent raise. And it's because you didn't have a system to make sure that all of your actual leads go through the appropriate marketing method on how your customer wants to be approached. Right? So think about it like in New York. You can't just run up on somebody. What's up, fam? You're going to get shot. Oh, what up, son? What up, son? In Philly, you can't. What up, John? What up, John? What up, John? In the South, I can walk up on somebody. What's up, man? He goes, that's different. So everybody needs to be approached the way they like to be approached, period. That's just how it works. Did I say John right? John? I never say it right. I never say it right. But you get what I was saying, though. All right. So the point is, you have to have some type of system how your leads go through, and then you can change any of this how you see fit in your business, but this is how you make sure you don't throw away lists early, and to make sure that you actually take them through the system and people be contacted the way they would be contacted. Does that make sense? Yes. Any questions? I got 4 minutes. Get to the mic. Get to the mic. Go ahead. Go ahead. If you want to yell, go ahead and yell. Yell. They are personalized. So you guys don't have access to it, but there's other text messaging stuff out there. But inside of REI Rail, within the next 2 weeks, I promise, that's what Justin told me, that you're gonna have text messaging. So inside, what happens is you take your list, you put your list in there, it knows the name of the customer, it knows the associated house with it. So it says, hey, John Smith, my name is Max. I think you have a house on blank, 123 Main Street, for sale. If you're interested, hey, give me a call or shoot me a text back. And every time you click a button, it sends it to a new person. Click, new person, new person, new person. Then you're gonna change it every 10 times. Then you're just gonna change the message slightly. And you're gonna go again, you're gonna go again. So it is personalized text messaging. We got people, go right there. Go ahead. I got 3 minutes and 30 seconds, let's be efficient.
So I know I was talking about this earlier, but you were cold calling a lot in the beginning, and then you went and developed a great system here.
Correct.
You said it goes by the cheapest. Do you also put in consideration time factor with that because of cold calling? We're cold calling and text messaging right now. But we're cold calling first and then text messaging. I just feel like I'm not hitting enough leads as quick as possible.
I got 3 minutes.
No, they want you to go to the slide so they can download the QR code.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's all.
Just talk to me.
There you go. I'm trying to go, just sneaking up.
You can't just sneak up on me, man. I told you. Anyways, the point is, never trash your list, okay? There's supposed to be a QR code in here somewhere. Scan that and you can download this for free. Is it? There you go. You can download it for free. So what happens is, it really depends on your business. Mm-hmm. But once you put enough things through these lists, you're gonna have a list at the cold calling's time, you're gonna have a list at the same time running text messaging, you're gonna have a list at the same time running RVMs, you're never gonna stop. And as your team gets bigger, each person is gonna be responsible for that method of marketing. So, right, so the belt's never gonna stop.
Okay.
Get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Got it.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to ask, the leads that fall into your follow-up bucket, say from each phase or each marketing form, do they go on to the next, say if you start, like the leads that go into your follow-up bucket from ringless voicemail, do they end up being text as well? You see what I'm saying?
It depends, right? Because now you're talking about the individual salesperson is responsible for the follow-up, right? So they have now made contact with that person. Now I'm not gonna micromanage how they wanna communicate with that person, but however that method of communication is with that person that's in the follow-up list is what we're gonna use, right? Okay. So if it's a hot list or a warm person, we're gonna call them every single week. Right? If it's something that's a little bit colder, they're going to go into the automated text messaging that our CRM does anyways.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
I'm good.
So you need to nurture them as they see fit.
Got you.
Got it.
All right, Max, we talked about texting and ringless voicemail. How do you use Google Voice to help with that?
So check this out. Google Voice has a term and service agreement that nobody reads. I never read it either. But you cannot use that system for marketing at all. And one day you're going to wake up and it's going to be gone. And you're going to be like, dang.
Right.
So do not use that at all. If you don't have anything, use CallRail.
CallRail.
And but REI Rail has numbers too. But what I would say, and I don't know what it costs, but CallRail used to be $30. For 15, is it still the same way? For 10 numbers, is it $45 now? It's $45 for 10 numbers now, 10 marketing numbers. Yes, sir. Let me get somebody to stand and I get back to you, okay?
Do you throttle how many RVMs you drop within a certain amount of time based off of, oh, now everybody's calling me back from all these voicemails that just dropped?
Depends on your staff, right? I got 14 employees.
Right, what if you're just starting out on your own?
You're gonna handle it how you handle it. Right, so if you're only going to drop in this amount of time frame because that's all you can handle, then that's all you're going to do. Okay. Right, so this is, there's a lot of variables in this conveyor belt depending on how much staff and time and your capacity of how you can handle it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep. Thanks,
perfect.
Man.
Yes, sir. Right here. I got 4 seconds.
Conceivably, somebody that makes it all the way through the funnel, how many times would they be contacted by you as they go through the funnel?
As many times as it takes me to get a deal. So if they haven't told me F you, then they're going to keep going. So you don't get off this ride until you get off. Oh, you just point your phone at the QR code and with the camera, and then if you have an iPhone, you hit the button at the top and it takes you right to the website. No, I don't have an, I've never had an Android does the same thing too. Come on. It's like 6 Android people in here. Y'all relax. 7 Android people.
Max.
And my sister, she has Android too.
So just let me clarify my question. So how many times would you ringless voicemail them before you move on to the next system?
That's up to me, right?
Okay.
So you have to determine that for yourself. And our company is between 3 and 4 times.
Okay. And how are you tracking the progress of a lead that goes to your funnel?
Like how we know where the system is?
How are you tracking them?
We have a custom CRM, but you can simply just title your Excel sheet at the point of where it's at. And every time you export out of one of these systems, it's called rehashing. Typically in our system, you're going to rehash the people you have not heard from.
Okay.
Got it?
Thank you.
I had her first. I got negative minutes left.
You mentioned that you don't do it under your real name. Is it necessary, you think, to use an alias to make these connections, or is that not needed when you're a newbie?
I just never use my name. Yeah. But you can. I want people to look me up. Yes, sir.
Are you scrubbing lists to make sure that they're not in both cycles?
Nope. Too much. I'm not losing that time for the saving 17 cents.
Come up from list to list?
I'm not doing that, right? So if they're gonna get aggravated because they just got RVM and text, so what? Go in the FU bucket. I get what you're saying. If you're in 3 lists, you're gonna get the cycle until you drop out. Real quick. Correct. He's saying that I'm saying, hey, I heard you have a house for sale. The truth is, we don't know if they have a house for sale, but if they do, they're going to respond by saying, how'd you know? They don't have a house for sale. I actually know they don't. There's no sign in it. It's just we're saying in their head they might want to sell it. But the story is I was in a neighborhood. I was driving. Guy was walking with his dog. I stopped him. Well, he stopped me because I was sitting in front of the house that I thought was empty. And he said, what you doing? I was like, I'm thinking about the house. Oh, yeah, I think that guy wants to sell his house. That's how I contacted you. Always got a story for something, man. So I hope this has helped. I've never really shared this ever, but this is how we have our leads go through.